Welcome back to part 2. Just love Yahudah. That's what I suggest you do, because he sure loves you. This goes out to all of my brothers and my sisters out there. Love you dearly. We were on Let My People Go. I don't know if I'm going to name that the series, but that's kind of what we're talking about. We're hearing the words that Abba, Yahudah, put on the prophet to speak to his people and to the nations of our captivity. I want you to listen and play these words over and over again, because the more we come to understand them as a nation, the closer we're going to see Yahusha return. We're bringing what Yah wants from heaven to this earth by his word. And with no more detail about that, again, I'm Myra Waiters, and I welcome you. Let's get right back. I'm going to read the last words that I read on program 1. Let's go over that again. You will find no mercy to comfort you in your calamity, for I will meet the same measure of mercy upon you that you offer to my elect. Severe calamity, he said, severe calamity is set upon the earth and will abate not, but will continue with even greater force until the day in which you will be totally destroyed. We're talking about the nations that hold us yet under their feet, that give just a few opportunities to keep the rest of us docile. There will be no movement that will free you, Yehudis, Israelites, from the tyranny of these nations. So you can march down the streets, you can carry your banners. If I were you, I'd put them all down and go home. This battle does not belong to you. This battle is the Most High's battle. I don't know why you feel that a man's effort is going to bring you anything in this hour, when Yah has already specified through his word, through his prophets, that he has come and visited the earth, and it is his inquisition against the wicked. They will pay. You do not have to beg your captors for your freedom. You don't have to beg them for opportunities. If you will pray and ask Yah, he will give you promotions. He will give you the job you want. He will put you in good positions all over the earth. You are his children, and you are waking up. You do not have to be the tail. Now you can be the head. But if you're still thinking like the tail, then you're going to still be the tail. Come out from among them. Stop thinking like them. Stop acting like they have it all together and we don't. We have Yah. We're the ones that have it all together now. They're going to be running to you for advice. We don't have to run to anybody for advice. We have one king, and he has all the advice you need. I don't need your financial statements. I don't need you to handle my money. Take your money out of these places. Take your money out. Why are you investing in this world system? Take your money out of there. Why are you so up on getting educated by these people who say there is no God? Watch where you go to school. That's why so many of us Hebrews are corrupted, because we have bought into the system, become just like those of our captors. So you're no better than they. You yourself are a Gentile. Not just you're a Hebrew Gentile, but you now are joining the heathen rank. See, they have no fear of Yah, but you should. And we have to begin, as I said in the last program, to begin to think as a nation, the nation of the Most High. You are called to a higher standard in your walk, in your talk, in your activities. You are the set apart people of the Most High. Without holiness, no man shall see Yah. You're not going to walk like a heathen, talk like a heathen, think like a heathen, and think you're going to get a reward for it. No, you're going to get judged just like a heathen. Let's go on with the words of the Most High. For every unjustified slain, for every unsolicited attack upon my innocent, the innocent of my elect, countless of your people will perish. It's happening. Don't you read the news? Don't you hear the news? They're going to perish with pestilence, disease. They're going to storms. For everyone you maim and murder and put inside your facilities for money, for some small crime, if it's a crime at all, to get free labor out of my people, you're going to pay for it. You're going to pay dearly. Right now, let's go on. He says, I will render plagues and disasters of magnitude scale. We read this back in the first part of the year. And I will periodically continue to read these words because they are not my words. I was just a scribe. Countless of your people will perish, and I will render plagues and disasters of multitude scale in the name of all your injustices against my people. You wicked judges that sit upon the benches of this country and others across the land, who have meted out severe punishments for lesser crimes, to our people will be judged. You who sentence our young men and women and let your thieve and no good account people that have done treachery go off free or just with a minimum slap on the wrist sentence. You're going to pay for that. You got a crowd coming now you're going to have to deal with right now. You're going to be so swamped, you're not going to know what to do. Your jingle may say, this land is your land, this land is my land. But this land is not my land, nor is it the land of my people. We have to understand that. This is not my land. My land is Yisrael. Your land is Yisrael, not here. Get out of that mentality. We didn't come here as guests. We didn't come here as refugees. We didn't come here on vacation and decided to stay. We didn't hear about a land with gold and silver and decided to come and make our abode here to start a business. Our ancestors were raped and pillaged and stolen and chained and brought here against their will. We're not the same as what the others are claiming. And if we were to go back, you would sink like a rock. This land, their land is Yisrael. They remain here in the land of their captivity, but for a short season, after which they will inherit it indeed. But first, I will rid out of it the abominable ones who call themselves Jews and are not, but of the synagogue of Satan. The prayers of the righteous have reached my throne, and my eyes are grievously aggravated by your insurmountable sins against my people. You yet continue in your zealousness for wickedness. Look on YouTube and see some of the vicious and vile things they're doing. Just innocent people mind their own business. It's happening all over this country because they got a vile president. So everything around here now is, and it's supposed to. I believe he's supposed to be right where he is. People don't understand that. God's judgment comes in all kinds of different ways. And judgment indeed is not coming to us, it's coming to them. Don't you understand? The Edomites are being judged. And you need to stay out of it, Yesarel. You need to stop standing on these corners, spitting and screaming and hollering. You need to get on your knees and give praise and honor and glory and meet together and sing and pray like they did in Goshen. When the plagues were hitting Egypt, they were, especially that last plague, they were in there having what? Passover. They were having quiet, prayerful time. That's where you need to be. Get with a group or a sister or a brother that like believers in Yahusha and pray, because we want to be on his side, not running out ahead of him trying to take care of his business. Just watch. He said, only with your eyes will you see the reward of the wicked. Why are you trying to jump off in there? You don't have to. The battle's not yours. It's the Most High's battle. I call you to peace. Rest in him. So he goes on to say that we will be back in our homeland one day. The prayers of the righteous have reached my throne, and my eyes are grievously aggravated by your insurmountable sins against my people. You yet continue in your zealousness and wickedness and unimaginable hatred and cruelty towards my people. I, Yahudah, the Most High, have begun to take up their cause. Isn't it something how they say, I don't know what the new totals is. They used to say 80% of this country is Christian. I believe it because it was Christians were the forefront of slavery. Oh yes, they were, and they took their cue from the Catholic Church. See, universal church. Protestants are nothing but a daughter. Pentecostals nothing but a daughter of the Catholic Church. You don't believe it? Look at some of the way they robed up today. That'll tell you where they come from. Catholics, I don't usually talk about them, but I'm going to talk about the Catholic Church today because many of you Yahudis is over there and you need to come out of there. Do you know the Catholic Church is a slavery timeline? 362 AD, the local council of Gangra in Asia Minor, communicates anyone engaging a slave to despise his master or draw from his service, you were executed. 430 AD, St. Augustine teaches that the institution of slavery derives from God and is beneficial to slaves and masters. 650 AD, Pope Martin, I condemn people who teach slaves about freedom or who engage them to escape or encourage them to escape. 1179 AD, the Third Lutheran Council imposes slavery on those helping the Sacrants. The legitimacy of slavery is incorporated in the Corpus Iuris or Iuris Canonici, promulgated by Pope George IX, which remained official law of the church until 1913. Canon lawyers worked out 4 just titles for holding slaves in 1226 AD. Slaves captured in war, persons condemned in slavery for a crime, persons selling themselves into slavery, including a father selling his child, children of a mother who is a slave. They never had respect for children. That's why they're raping them and pedophiling them now. And this is what you're a part of. The spirit is still there. The Jesuits are still there. 1274 AD. St. Thomas Aquinas defends slavery as instituted by God in punishment for sin and justified as being part of the right of nations. Listen to that. Justified as being part of the right of nations and natural law. Children of a slave mother are rightly slaves even though they have not committed personal sin. There's a contradiction in the same subject. There's lies, all of them. Do you hear me? Pope Nicholas V issued the papal bull Dom Diversas in 18th of June, 1452, authorized Alfonso V of Portugal to reduce any, I think that's Saracens or Muslims and pagans and any other unbelievers to perpetual slavery. 1452 AD, the same pope wrote the bull Romanus Pontifex on January 5th, 1455, to the same Alfonso as a follow-up to the Dom Diversas. It extended to the Catholic nations of Europe dominion over discovered lands during the Age of Discovery, along with sanctifying the seizure of non-Christian lands. It encouraged the enslavement of native, non-Christian peoples in Africa and the New World. That's your Catholic Church. How could you be a part of it and say you are Yahudah? You're not. Not in your ways. Come out from among her. Come out among not only her, but all of her daughters. Because they're all corrupt. Because they are not what Yah has established. They're what man has established. I could go on, but I'll go down to the very last one. It says in because that's closest to here, 1866 AD, slavery itself, considered as such in its essential nature, is not at all contrary to the natural and divine law, and there can be several just titles of slavery, and these are referred to by approved theologians, I call them theoliars, and commentators, unspiritual, not full of the Ruach, of the sacred canons. Again, people that put together the canon were not full of the Holy Spirit, Ruach. It is not contrary to the natural and divine law for a slave to be sold, bought, exchanged, or given. That's the stand of your Catholic Church for slavery. And yes, there were times when peoples would take slaves of their enemies, all right? But they didn't make it an institution. And that's what our enemies did. All right, let's go back. Just wanted to stop right there and give you some of the information. I want to go back to the word. I want to read Nahum 3 and 5. It says, "Behold, I am against thee, saith the Most High of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness and the kingdoms thy shame." Deuteronomy 28 is a good place to read, starting with, I think, verse 15, and read it all the way down. But let me tell you something. Yes, we did bring anger of our Father against us because we did not keep the commandments. Yes, we were sent into slavery. Yes, we were scattered to the four corners of the earth. Yes, we were. That's why we cannot blame anybody. We deserved it. Our ancestors deserved it, and we are the result. But I'm going to tell you this. Yah is waking up his people. The 400 years is over, and now the pancakes flip. And if you don't think you're going to see great changes, and you've already begun to see them, then you need to don't hold your breath. You say, well, I'm going to hold my breath and wait. No, because you know what? You don't need to challenge Yah. You will see it on the face of the newspapers, in the internet, and on the news channels, those who want to tell you the truth. I'm almost with President Trump on that. There are a lot of liars out there. But to me, one liar cannot challenge another. That's just the way I see it. All right. Now, this did happen. So we don't want to be haughty here. We just want to be thankful we're waking up as a nation, as a people. That was taken from us through that slavery process. Genesis 12:1. Let's read 4 verses, 12:1. Now the Most High had said unto Abram, get thee out of thy country, and from thy kindred, and from thy father's house unto a land that I will show thee. And I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee and make thy name great. And thou shalt be a blessing. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse them, or him that cursed thee. And in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed. So Abram departed as the Most High had spoken unto him, and Lot went with him. And Abram was 75 years old when he departed out of Haran. This promise is to you, Yahudis, you Yisraelites. This promise has not faded away. And believe it or not, though we were enslaved, we have been a blessing to this nation and all other nations where we've been in bondage and been in captivity. Do you know, without us, this nation we live in would not be where it is today? And if people don't understand it, that's too bad. They need to study. And if they can't study, that's still too bad. You want to just shout out insults, but you're ignorant. You're ignorant of the facts of inventors here, the stolen inventions. You're ignorant of all the blessings that the Hebrew Israelites have brought to this nation. And that's on you. And I don't care what you say. Go back to here or there. Don't matter what you say to me. See, you don't insult me, because this is not my land. And when you pay my ancestors back every nickel and dime with interest that you took from them for free labor, practically nothing, and all of the abuse we took and all the jail time you didn't serve, you can't afford us to leave. You cannot afford it. So next time, think about that one. Let's go on back to what the words of Yahudah. Then I'm going to stop until the next time. I think I got more scriptures here to read. We'll stop there. Let's go back to the words that were placed in my heart to speak to you. We'll start reading again. We had read about the prayers of the righteous have reached the throne of Yah. Let's go. But not only did you enslave my people, you demoralized them. You went above and beyond the call of duty. Yeah. Throughout the whole ordeal, offering little mercy, and you blaspheme me when you use the scriptures to justify, we just finished reading the Catholic Church stand, your barbarous acts against them. One thing, slavery, the debauchery was not included in the contract. The raping of our babies, the feeding them to the alligators, the raping of our men and our women, the mutilation of their bodies, the horror that you placed on them, that was not part of the contract. The demise, the things that you did were even beyond Deuteronomy 28. That's how bad it was. And you're going to pay for all of that. Your religious institution, because it's sure not righteous, your religious institutions of Christianity has fostered malicious spiritual chains. It has its own chains. We're talking about chains here. Slavery has more than one type of a chain. You can chain a person's body. You can chain a person's mind. You can chain a person's spirit. One thing you couldn't do is quite get it quite tight enough around the spirit of Yahusha's people. He wouldn't let you kill us off totally. That's why we kept bouncing back. It's no way we could have survived in this nation unless it was our Father. I give all praises to you. So you demoralized us throughout the whole ordeal. You're still trying to do it now. We ain't buying it now. Offering little mercy, and you blasphemed the Most High when you used the scriptures to justify your barbarous acts against them. Your religious institution of Christianity has fostered malicious spiritual chains of deceit purposefully to hide their identity from them. Why was the Bible canonized? To take out the truth of the people of Yah. And if you people of Yah don't understand that, it's a shame. Pray. You get those scriptures that they lied about and said they were all this spiritual heresy and witchcraft and all the rest of they taught us in seminary. You find out for yourself what these scriptures say, and they talk directly to us, and they talk about the ruination of the Edomites. You need to read for yourself. Get that understanding with the help of the Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit. I'm going to stop there because I only have a few minutes. And so I've got plenty more to share. So we're going to do our best to come up with part 3 and 4. So right behind this series, I should be able to come back. So stay tuned. Don't go far, and we will come back. I want to pray for my brothers and sisters that they will come to the light, the knowledge of Yahusha. They will come to the light of the knowledge of their identity and who they are as individuals. And, of course, the main umbrella is the nation of which you belong. So you can stop trying to be included in everybody else's nation and understand you're here temporarily. Start breaking those ropes that are binding you. Come out from the thinking of this world. Come out from the thinking of Babylon. Come out from the thinking of the Edomites. Come out, come out. Come out. Come out of these armies and these navies. Come out. And be separate, says Yahudah. Until next time, go with Yah. Why? He always goes with you. Take care.